The auto sector has been a focal point in the tariff negotiations. Trump criticized how few American cars are on Japanese roads, citing safety standards. But some say that's not the only issue.
我が国は2019年以来、世界最大の対米投資国であります。で、日本企業は米国経済に多大の役割を果たしてまいりましたし、今もそうです。で、アメリカ政府に対しましては、これまで一方的な関税措置について、さまざまなレベルで見直しを申し入れてまいりましたが、それにもかかわらず、このような措置が実施されたということは、
Detroit's engine is powered by Japan. Toyota, Honda, Nissan. 7 Japanese car giants built 500,000 American jobs. But now, they're threatening to pull the plug. Why? Because of a new 25% national security tariff signed off by President Trump. And if they leave, the consequences will shake America's economy to its core. Let's break it down. President Trump has proposed a bold move, a 25% tariff on Japanese cars, citing national security under Section 232. The goal? Bring manufacturing home. But here's the catch. This tax wouldn't just raise showroom prices. It would ripple through every bolt, battery, and steel beam in the supply chain. From Alabama to Ohio, from steel mills to software startups. Every industry tied to Japanese car manufacturing is suddenly at risk. The gamble is real. And the stakes? Massive. The Japanese auto network isn't small. It pumps $170 billion in gross sales into America. Add in factories, service costs, and fuel, and that number balloons to $1.3 trillion. This isn't just about cars, it's about everything. Steel plants in Kentucky, upholstery shops in Ohio, and tech jobs in Las Vegas. Toyota alone produced 1.25 million cars in the US last year. Honda, nearly 1 million. And that's just the start. In total, Japanese car makers sold 6.3 million vehicles in 2023, almost 44% of the American market. If Toyota and Honda scale back or leave, 500,000 jobs could vanish overnight. We're talking 96,000 factory workers, 113,000 in logistics and services, and over 227,000 indirectly supporting the system. These are real Americans with real families. Losing them would crush states like Alabama, Ohio, and Kentucky, pushing unemployment up 2.6% in places already on the edge. And the financial hole? $31 billion in lost tax revenue, enough to wipe out budgets for schools, hospitals, and roads in entire states. Tariffs don't just hit finished cars, they also hit the parts, transmissions, batteries, and electronics, many of which are made in Japan or Mexico. So manufacturers pay twice, once on the car, again on the components. Margins are already razor thin. Toyota's US profit margin? 7.1%. Honda? 5.6%. Subtract 25% from that, and you're not making money. You're bleeding it. And with hybrids becoming more expensive, by up to $4,400 per car, buyers will back off. Fast. If Japanese cars leave, Americans won't just switch to Ford overnight. Why? Because US automakers, like GM and Tesla, are all in on electric vehicles. But Americans are still buying hybrids and gas-powered SUVs. Replacing 6 million Japanese cars isn't something Detroit can do in 18 months. It'll take years. Meanwhile, car prices rise, inventory drops, and the used market explodes. Inflation spikes again, just as the Fed tries to cool things off. The Consumer Confidence Index could plunge by 6 to 8 points, and soft landing? Gone. Now here's what few are talking about. Japan holds $1.06 trillion in US Treasury bonds. If relations sour and Japan pulls even 5% of that, Treasury yields spike. Borrowing gets more expensive. Your mortgage, your car loan, your credit card, it all goes up. The bond market doesn't play politics, and Japan has the leverage. Over the last 30 years, America has learned from Japan. Lean production, just-in-time systems, Kaizen innovation. Nearly 200,000 Americans are trained in Japanese manufacturing methods. If those systems disappear, we lose not just jobs, but an entire culture of efficiency that made U.S. manufacturing world-class. It's the invisible GDP, the innovation you don't see, but feel every day. Let's be honest. No U.S. company is saying, we'll build 800,000 new hybrid SUVs by next year. Even if they wanted to, it would take 22 months just to get permits. By then, it's 2028. The gap in production? Devastating. Even if half of the buyers switch to Tesla or Ford, the other half will delay buying or settle for a used car. Either way, economic momentum stalls. So what's the real cost of this tariff? You might gain $78 billion in customs revenue, but lose up to $60 billion in tax income and productivity. Inflation ticks up, bond yields spike, jobs vanish, innovation fades, and worst of all, America's edge in manufacturing, carefully built over 30 years, melts away. Toyota, Honda, Nissan, once allies in America's growth story. Now, they're preparing to leave. And the question left hanging in the air is, will America win this trade war or lose the very engine that's kept it moving? What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more breaking updates on this story.